Hello everyone. Here I would like to show you how to easily do microseeding with mosquito in a sitting drop plate. So I start by putting the plates on the mosquito deck, which I have already done. And then here I can say what is in each column. For example, here I'm going to put the protein and here I'm going to put the seed. So protein and seed. You can configure this however you want. So for example, this can be protein 1 and protein 2, seed 1, seed 2, or one protein with different dilutions of the seed, however you like to configure this. So you can later generate your protocol from this. And then here is your sitting drop plate. So I can just call it sitting drop. And then I go to the protocol tab. So if I want to give you an overview on what I'm going to do, I'm going to first aliquot the protein in the subwell for the protein, and then aspirate the seeds from the second column with the reservoir in each column of the sitting drop plate and dispense on top of the protein. So I start by aliquoting the protein. I'm going to aliquot from the first column into one of the subwells for the protein. The volume is 100, for example, and the tip changing should be between transfer as always for aliquot. So here for doing seeding, I'm gonna use a command called multi-aspirate, and multi-aspirate is gonna first pick up the seed but not dispense it. So that's why the destination is grayed out. And then I have to specify how much volume of the seed I want. So it's 20 nanoliter. And then I add a follow-up step for the multi-aspirate, which is gonna pick up the reservoir. So I specify the source plate and specify which columns I want to pick up the solutions from. So it's the main reservoir, and dispense it into the protein subwell. And the volume is 80. And the tip changing should be always to avoid any cross-contamination. Here I am doing 20 nanoliter of the seeds in 200 nanoliter total volume to have a recommended seed amount of 10%. You can do a similar microseeding protocol for hanging drop if you do reverse aliquot and mirror and use hanging drop plate and hanging drop seals. If you want to see how this protocol or any protocol works, you can always come and click on this test button, which gives you this window and shows what the protocol you wrote is doing. So for example, here 1200 nanoliter of protein is being aspirated from position 1, column 1, row 1, subwell 1, and 100 nanoliter is dispensed across in position 2, column 1 through 12, and in subwell 3. Then the tips change, and the next step is aspirating 20 nanoliter from position 1, column 2, that's the seed column, row 1, subwell 1, with 80 nanoliter of the reservoir from position 2, column 1, row 1, subwell 1, and this 100 nanoliter is dispensed together. So 20 plus 80, which is 100, dispensed together on top of subwell 3, which has the protein. And this step happens for each column. So column 1, column 2, column 3, and so on. And therefore, you can see in detail what the protocol that you wrote is doing for any of the protocols you write.